Jeremy Arena. And number 32, Elijah Ruiz. Head coach, Paul Papakala. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Tigers. Number 2, Fernando Hernandez. Number 4, Byron Vanderpool. Number 10, Eric Corrado. Number 15, Sean Isidro. And number 21, Manny Almanzar. Head coach, Mark Schroback. Let's play ball.
Good evening, fans, and welcome here back to East Gymnasium, the campus of Fort Lee High School. The start of our fourth and final game of day number 2 coverage of this 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. It's our second semifinal featuring the Passaic Indians, 1-2 on the season, taking on the defending Jack Riley Holiday Tournament champions in the Tigers of Memorial, who are 2-2 on the year. Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Long, joined alongside by Dimitri Nanis and Renee Matisic. Glad they could join us for our continued exclusive broadcast coverage of this holiday tournament. Passaic is in the white, Memorial is in the black and orange, and the opening tip is secured by Passaic. They're led by head coach Paul Papakala. They won in overtime, 62-60 against Fort Lee yesterday in the opening round. Feed pass intercepted, knocked away by Memorial, who's led by coach Mark Schroback. Memorial took down Bergenfield 72-54 in a first-round game yesterday to punch their ticket back to the semifinals. Memorial jumped out to an early 20-8 lead against Bergenfield in the first quarter and never looked back. Dorado tried a hard bounce pass inside to Sean Isidro. Here's a long-range 3. Off the back iron, no good. And skying for the rebound was Jeremy Urena. Passaic was in the midst of a highly contested showdown with Fort Lee in that opening game, and that's a nice feed down low to Elijah Ruiz, who gets the scoring going for both teams. It was a thrilling game. It was the closest game out of any game in this tournament, going not only the distance in regulation, but then later on in overtime. And the win was secured on a steal that was laid in on a layup with less than a second left to go in the game. Christian Rea was the one who got that game-winning play. Inside, Ruiz gobbles up the loose ball rebound. Griffin had a couple of defenders fly at him, and no foul in the play. It'll still stay possession with Passaic. Griffin had a great game against Fort Lee, 20 points, knocked in 3 threes in the game for the Indians. Here he is right now. Hassan Adams came into this tournament averaging 21 points per game this season. Again, a force feed pass inside leads to the turnover as Fernando Hernandez runs the point here for Memorial. He's got the ball in his hands, quickly gets it underneath. Dorado reverse lay-in, got stuffed at the rim. Passaic operating inside the middle of the zone. That shot no good there by Urena. Up and down action between these two sides, only 2 points to show for it. Vanderpool kind of got caught up in the air, still got it out to his teammate, Almanzar. And inside it goes, Manny Almanzar getting the first 2 points for Memorial to tie the game up at 2 points apiece. Griffin pulls up, transition 3, no good. Byron Vanderpool gets the rebound down. Nice look inside to Isidro, who got fouled on his way up after the one-handed pass from Fernando Hernandez. So the foul will send Sean Isidro to the foul line to shoot 2. Foul went against Elijah Ruiz, his first. First team foul for Passaic. as Isidro will knock in the foul shot. He had an 18-point performance in the win against Bergenfield yesterday. In their first win of the season against Kearney, Isidro went for double-double, 14 points, 18 rebounds. Second foul shot rattled in and out. Memorial takes their first lead. Passaic trying to gather the lead right back, but they missed on a lay-in. Here's Hernandez, power dribble behind the back, coast to coast and in. Fernando Hernandez dribbles with such authority. He had 12 points in the first round game win against Bergenfield. And coast to coast that time, trying to be active here and trying to force the steal against Adams. Adams maintains possession. Santiago in the lane, stripped by Hernandez. Hernandez with the open floor in front of him, spinning around and got fouled on his way up. And Fernando Hernandez, the senior, who was a big part of last year's championship team, will head to the line to try to increase upon his point total here in the first quarter. First foul shot is good by Hernandez. 3 points in the early goings. It's been a 6-0 run here from Memorial after Passaic opened up the scoring with the first basket of the game. Hernandez goes 1 of 2 at the line, tipped around, and eventually possession secured by Passaic. Turnover forced by Vanderpool. Hernandez thought about the three, and he got tugged on there as he was driving down the middle of the lane. That's going to be another foul whistled against Passaic. Justin Griffin picked up the foul, his first. Team's third. No, correction, it's Justin Griffin's second personal foul. So one of the leading scorers for this team now has to go to the bench. An ensuing foul off of the turnover forced by Passaic, so the foul will go against Memorial. First Tiger foul of the game. There, Tirado picking up the foul, his first. So Justin Griffin is out of this game. You have to think you're going to have a heavy dose of Adams, especially when his teammates are coughing it up inside. Hernandez down the other way, pull-up jumper in the middle of the lane, no good. Tipped around, Tirado trying to track it down. Almanazar getting over to the corner. Vanderpool. Get it back up top to Fernando Hernandez. Long range offering, nothing but net to the near side, as that shot is knocked down by Manny Almanazar. 5 quick points for him. He had only 2 points in the game against Bergenfield. And it's a 9-0 run here from Memorial that elicit a timeout on the floor for Passaic to make this a 9-2 margin for the defending tournament champions. Memorial last year in their run to the championship defeated Riverdale 52-42, Oltapan 52-37, and then took down Bergenfield 54-37 on their way to an emphatic championship. Last season, Memorial had a thrilling season. 19-8 overall record. They advanced all the way to the North 1 Group 4 sectional semifinals before losing to eventual sectional champions in Ridgewood, 49-36. It's their best season since the 2019-2020 season. 9-2 start to this game for Memorial. Lopped around as Christian Rea, the hero of yesterday's first round game, has checked into the game, number 11 for Passaic. Here's Santiago from outside, no good. Tirado fighting for the loose ball rebound right in front of us, and into the capable hands of Renee Matisic, former standout player here for the Fort Lee girls program. Cross-court pass tracked down by Vanderpool. Pull-up jumper. And he get all the rim, and it falls. Byron Vanderpool, the sophomore who had 13 points against Bergenfield, opens his scoring account here against Passaic. And it's a quick 11-2 lead for Memorial. An 11-0 run has sparked the Tigers to a 9-point advantage. That foul went against Hernandez. His first personal, second team foul against Memorial. Passaic has struggled mightily against this zone look, and finally they get one to roll inside the heart of the zone. It's Jeremy Urena floating it up and over. Vanderpool, watched by Rea. Up top to Hernandez. Hernandez driving down low. Reverse layup by Tirado, no good. Follow-up attempt by Isidro, and he'll draw the foul. That'll be the second personal foul against Elijah Ruiz, so the starting big man already in foul trouble for Passaic with 2:26 left to go in the first quarter. That is his second personal foul. Isidro swishes home the first foul shot attempt. He's got 2. Small lineups on the floor for both teams. As Joshua Nieves has come on, the backup big man for Passaic. Isidro missing on the second foul shot. Secures the rebound, but gets it stolen away, and that hangs on the rim and then falls for Christian Rea. 12-6 lead for Memorial coming up on the final 2 minutes of the first quarter of play. There's a turnover forced by Passaic. Here come the Indians. Adams across the lane, hangs in the air, draws the contact, and Assad Adams will head to the foul line to shoot 2. Adams coming off a 13-point performance against Fort Lee earlier this season. Adams poured in 22 points in their season opener on the road at Teaneck. First foul shot no good by Adams. Looking for his first points of this semifinal. As Adams will go 1 of 2 at the line, get his first point of the night. And the winner will be playing Oltapan in the tournament final on Monday night, 6:45. Jump stop inside, extra pass, nice find, Isidro. The beneficiary of unselfish basketball there, he's got 4. 14-7 lead for Memorial of West New York. Dorado stripping from behind. Here's Hernandez in the open floor, keeping his head up the whole time. Hernandez going right to the rim, trying to draw the contact, no foul. Good hard-nosed defense there by Passaic. Coming up on the final minute of the first quarter of play. Our 8th game in the last 2 days in this tournament. Adams, up and under, no call. Kind of ran out of real estate there after trying to reverse it underneath the rim. 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Hernandez over to Tirado. Timeout's going to be taken by Coach Mark Schroback as he wants to talk things over with his team, leading by 7 with under 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play. Thanks for tuning in and watching all this continued broadcast coverage of the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. Out of the timeout, Memorial now with it with under 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, leading by 7. Hernandez, who has 3 points, handing it off to Tirado. Eric Tirado at 20 points against Bergenfield, has yet to score here in this semifinal. No-look pass by Hernandez, found it away eventually Tirado, but he left it short. Rebounded underneath by Urena. Here's Josh Santiago in the open floor trying to get the contact, but Memorial's defenders went vertical. Did not foul him. So now Hernandez in the open floor getting past Santiago. Pull-up jumper. Rattled in and out. No good. Offensive putback underneath again. And a second opportunity for Salomon Sanchez. Also did not fall. So after 8 minutes of play, it's Memorial on top of Passaic by a score of 14-7. As you're watching coverage of our second semifinal of this 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. (14-7) a lead for Memorial. Manny Almanazar with a game-high 5 points for the Tigers. Passaic with 3 different players with 2 points apiece in that low-scoring quarter for them. Only generated 7 total points for the first 8 minutes of play. Here's a look from 3, no good on the near side. Almanazar was trying to double his pleasure after knocking down a 3 from that same identical spot on the floor. Memorial will still have possession as it went off of Passaic last. Byron Vanderpool. 2 points in that opening quarter for Memorial. Memorial's side started off the season in very tough fashion, taking on some of the top teams in New Jersey, St. Peter's Prep and Union City. Lost those 2 games and then bounced back with wins in their subsequent next 2 against Kearney and then yesterday against Bergenfield. Turnover forced by Adams and Passaic, and Adams got fouled on his drive to the rim. That foul will be charged against Eric Tirado. That'll be Tirado's second personal foul. Adams will swish home that first foul shot attempt, giving him 2 points in the game. Tirado will have to take a seat. Again, he's coming off a 20-point performance in the first round. He has yet to score here in the semifinals. Second foul shot is good for Adams. He's now 3 for 4 at the line. All 3 of his points coming from the charity stripe. 14-9 lead for Memorial. Manazar might have gotten away with a traveling violation that wasn't called. Now Manazar to the near side. Now up top to Hernandez. Back to Almanazar with a left-hand dribble. Being watched by this zone defense of Passaic. Inside kick out. Vanderpool open for 3. Short on the near side. Eventually deflected out of the hands of Adams, back to him after Josh Nieves secured the loose ball rebound. Up top to Adams. Looked inside, and Nieves trying to do a little too much without putting and establishing the dribble. He gets called for the travel. Manazar outletting it. Power dribble inside. Vanderpool got hung up in the air. That's going to be a jump ball. And possession arrow will give it back over to Passaic. Good defense here by the Indians, not allowing that penetrating dribble and drive inside. 14-9, low-scoring semifinal here as we're closing in on 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Winner plays Oltapan for the championship on Monday. The loser will play Wayne Valley in the third-place game on Monday afternoon. That game will be at 3:15. Across the middle, wild shot there by Nieves. It did the job as it brought him to the foul line now for a two-shot foul. Isidro gets called for the foul. That'll be his first, team second of the second quarter. Joshua Nieves, the junior, who had 2 points yesterday against Fort Lee, will misfire in the first foul shot opportunity. Second foul shot also off the mark by Nieves, so missed opportunity for points for Passaic. Memorial trying to solve this zone look on defense for Passaic. Well, Manazar was thinking about another three. A steal produced by Passaic. And there's a foul in the open floor as Hernandez gets called for that reach-in after Urena was skying high towards the rim. And now the foul started to mount up here for the Tigers, and that's the second personal foul against Fernando Hernandez. Foul shot is good by Urena. 3 points for the junior, who had 6 points in the game yesterday against Fort Lee. Second foul shot is good. He's got 4. And Passaic pulls back to within 3 at 14-11. Memorial is yet to score in the second quarter after taking a 14-7 lead after 1. Vanderpool, give and go on the baseline, was trying to find Salomon Sanchez. Sanchez got fouled on his way up, so Sanchez will head to the line to shoot 2 himself with 5:12 remaining in the first half. Sanchez missing on the foul shot. Not the best of foul shooting right now here in the first half for either team. Memorial has missed 4 foul shots in the first half. Passaic has missed 3. Now make it 5 misses for Memorial. But Hernandez, the smallest man on the floor, came away with a loose ball. Three minutes into the start of the second quarter. 3-point advantage for the defending tournament champs. Isidro outletting it. Vanderpool. Hernandez sets and fires from deep. No good. Tipped around, and Memorial was trying to save it. Hustling into the corner was Josh Sanchez, but he was out of bounds. Possession going back over to Passaic. Last season, the Indians produced their first winning season since 2019, where they finished 15-13 overall. Passaic won 2 state playoff games in North 1 Group 4. As the number 10 seed, they defeated Livingston and then Clifton, advancing to the semifinals before eventually losing to number 3 seeded East Orange. These two teams matched up a season ago in this tournament. A couple of seasons ago in this tournament. Moreno was trying to get it down low to Nieves. Again with the entry pass just off the mark. 4:24 left to go in the second. Vanderpool, floater, no good. Air ball. Again, Memorial has been held scoreless here in the second quarter. Adams coast to coast, but couldn't get the layup to fall. Dribble drive the other way, and one. That time it was Josh Sanchez going coast to coast and being able to finish through the contact, and that'll send Memorial to the line to have a three-point play opportunity. First points of this second quarter for Memorial after they had been stuck on 14. But once again, bad foul shooting is contagious, and Memorial with another miss at the line. That's a jump ball after Justin Griffin was going right into the heart of the defense. Possession arrow will give it right back over to Memorial. Vanderpool dropping it down low. Kicked around the perimeter. No look pass. Ooh, behind the back. Leaves it to Vanderpool. But Memorial, all that razzle-dazzle, couldn't get it to go. Josh Sanchez threw a beautiful pass to his brother, and Rayo was able to get it going here. Rayo with 4 points. Back to only a 3-point margin. Worked around inside. Shooting from distance on the near side is Byron Vanderpool. He has been frigid from the outside in terms of his shot. Only 2 points in this game after he knocked down 3 threes in their tournament opener. 14 fouls against Memorial means that in the remaining 3 minutes, if Passaic gets a foul against the Tigers, they're going to be heading to the foul line. Lead is only 3. Feeding inside, Urena try to curl around Isidro. Isidro did a good job of holding his ground without fouling. Vanderpool. Long to the near side. Griffin comes out to extend the defense to him. Jump stop there by Sanchez. Kick out, long range 3 by Torado, no good. Tipped around, Isidro right to the heart of the defender, and will draw the contact and will head back to the foul line. It looks like Joshua Nieves is the one who's going to be called for the foul. For Nieves, that is his second personal foul. Isidro knocks down the first foul shot. He's got 5 in the game. 3 for 5 at the foul line here in the first half for number 15 in black and orange. Second foul shot also good for Isidro. He's got 6. 18-13, 5-point advantage here for Memorial. They led by 7 after 1. And there's the silly bump foul against Josh Sanchez, and that's over the limit, so that's going to send Passaic back to the foul line and stop the clock as well. First personal foul against Josh Sanchez. Christian Reyes short on the foul shot. Ray had 4 points off the bench last night's game, including that game-winning steal that led to the lay-in that gave Passaic the 62-60 win over Fort Lee in overtime. Ray goes 1 of 2 at the line. He's got 5. 18-14. Lead for Memorial. Dorado trying to find some space. Dumps it off inside. Isidro. Left hand layup and 1. John Isidro with 8 points in this game. A chance at the traditional 3-point play. And also that is the 3rd personal foul for Elijah Ruiz. The starting center for Coach Pamacala has barely played in this game. And he's picked up 3 quick fouls. And Isidro completes the 3-point play at the line. He's got 9 here in the first half. Lead goes back to 7, 21-14 with under 2 minutes left to go in the second. Memorial forces the steal. Vanderpool jump stopped out of control, but still manages to roll it in. All his momentum was taking him away from the basket, but he did a good job of banking it in off the glass. For his second made field goal, he's got 4. 9-point lead, 23-14. Coming up on the final 90 seconds. It's going to be a foul on the floor, but that will still send Adams to the foul line to shoot two. Second personal foul against Isidro. Adams missing on the foul shot. 3 of 5 here in the first half for Adams. He's been held in check to only 3 points so far for a dynamic-looking player for the Indians of Passaic High School. Hit all of the rim and eventually fell. All of Adams' 4 points in the first half have come at the foul line. 23-15. Memorial on top, trying to get back to the championship game to defend their crown from a season ago. Rebound underneath by Urena. Here's Adams. Could not get it to go. Vanderpool snatches the loose ball. Vanderpool in the open floor. Stopped by Griffin. Griffin playing with 2 fouls. Hasn't been a factor offensively at all. Here's a long-range chuck there by Sanchez. Josh Sanchez off the mark from deep. He forced that one. Here's Adams again. Handing it off to Joshua Santiago. Santiago at 10 points against Fort Lee. Became a thorn in the side of the Bridgman in the second half defensively as well. He's been held scoreless in the first half of this semifinal. Nice give and go inside Adams. Fadeaway shot, no good. Rebounded inside by Torado. Under 30 seconds left to go before halftime. Memorial taking some air out of the ball. Looks like they're trying to hold for one final shot of the half. Almanazar cutting through, feeding inside. The lay-in is good for Salomon Sanchez. Adams will double clutch and nearly hit the rim on that half-court heave, but it will be a 10-point lead for the Memorial Tigers heading into halftime at 25-15 as they are 1 half away from advancing back to the championship round where Old Tappan will await them as Passaic will have to make some halftime adjustments to get back into this one after they led early. Stick around, fans. We'll be back for the start of the second half of play as you're watching our exclusive broadcast coverage of the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament, courtesy of all of these proud sponsors on your screen. Welcome back inside East Gymnasium as we're moments away from the resumption of play in the start of the second half. Memorial on top of Passaic by a score of 25-15. The Tigers outscored the Indians 14-7 in the first quarter and then 11-8 margin in the second quarter. Not a lot of points being scored here today between these two teams. Memorial trying to make it 3 straight wins on the season and advance back to play for what could be back-to-back tournament championships here at the Jack Riley Holiday Tournament, while Passaic trying to make it back-to-back wins on the year and play for a championship on Monday nights. Memorial being led so far in this first half by Sean Isidro with his game-high 9 points. Leading scorer for Passaic on the other side is Christian Rea with 5 points for the Indians. Memorial in their home black with the orange numbers and Passaic with their road white uniforms with the red numerals. Dan Long, Renee Matisic, Dimitri Nanis here on the broadcast coverage here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Good strong move underneath, but it's going to be a traveling violation inside against Jair Perez. New big man into the game for the Indians, number 33. There have been foul problems for Passaic with their frontline players. Elijah Ruiz has 3, Joshua Nieves with 2, so they go to Perez now to be another body underneath. Nice look underneath for Torado, who was held scoreless in the first half of play. Scoreless no longer off the assist from Fernando Hernandez. Torado's first 2 points in the semifinals. Memorial stretches their lead to 12. And a bum foul there that time, it looks like against Byron Vanderpool, number 4. And for Vanderpool, that is his second personal foul. No look pass finds Adams, and Adams knocks down the foul line jumper. First made field goal for Adams. He's got 6. 27-17 lead for Memorial. Pass too high for Torado. That goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Tigers. Fake pass to the outside, finding Adams inside. Kicks it out for Griffin for 3. Got it! Justin Griffin's first points of the game. Off the assist from Adams. Penetrated, drew the defense, kicked it out for Griffin. Uncontested 3. Passaic with a little life here. Hernandez. Vanderpool, deep 3, no good. Rebounded by Adams. Here comes Passaic now, pulling to within 7. Adams weaving his way down the floor. Santiago back to Adams. Santiago skipping it out into the corner to Griffin. Griffin off balance, misfired, fouled his own miss. Good vertical defense there again by Memorial, not leaning. Isidro then gets called for the travel in the open floor. There's a turnover for Memorial. Possession going back over to the Indians of Passaic. (27-20), still the deficit. As Passaic tries to pull closer, a long-range 3 by Griffin. No good as Adams tries to fight for that loose ball rebound. Take it in as Memorial will take it down the other way offensively. Vanderpool, long-range 3. Again, Passaic's going to be content with him chucking that from college range. There was nobody close to him, and he still elected to fire from deep. Griffin, Urena in the corner. No good. Tipped out, and finally the rebound taken down by Isidro. Hernandez in the open floor, stopped in the paint. Contact, but no foul. Now it's a turnover the other way. Passaic going for the layup attempt, and Griffin is fouled on his way up. That'll send Passaic to the line to shoot 2 with 5:10 remaining here in the third quarter of action. That foul charged against Josh Sanchez for Memorial. That is his second. Team second. As Griffin will rattle in the foul shot. All 4 of his points in this game here in the third quarter. Griffin goes 2 for 2 at the line. He's got 5. Both teams had their troubles at the foul line in the first half. They got there frequently, but they could not make the most of their opportunities. Passaic was 7 of 12. Memorial was worse, 6 of 12. Hernandez off-balance shot, and now Passaic with a little momentum on its side. Indians have pulled back to within 5. Justin Griffin has started to get going here offensively. Inside the middle of the zone. Adams left the ball behind. Here's Vanderpool in the open floor. Floater does not fall. Tirado tried to clutch that offensive rebound, got it stolen right out of his hands. Going down the other way, Passaic unable to get to it. Both teams helter-skelter in the last couple of moments. And that's going to be a carry. This looks like a palming violation against Memorial. Will give possession back over to Passaic. 4:26 left to go in the third quarter. Things starting to tighten up a little bit here after Memorial had garnered a 12-point advantage, their largest of the game. Passaic has pulled back to within 5. Urena had that pass attempt deflected away. Here's Vanderpool again in the open floor, and he missed on the layup. A little too much English there, not enough elevation. This is what Passaic did at points against Fort Lee last night. They sped up the game, and they like to play in this frantic pace of it. Now timeout going to be asked for by Memorial with 3:57 left to go in the third. 5-point lead for the Tigers, 27-22. As end-to-end action between these two teams, not a lot of stoppages. Have some of the players on both sides winded here, to say the least, and very appreciative of this timeout on the floor. We'll take the timeout with them. Because again, Memorial and Passaic trying to find out who's going to be the final participant in Monday night's championship final. (27-22), Memorial with possession at the midway point of the third quarter of play. Last game of day number 2 here at the Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. Second semifinal. And that's a good play drawn up there by Coach Schroback as Isdro got the ball right inside the paint and an easy hook shot finish. He's got 11. Adams. Extra pass, Nieves inside and 1. Josh Nieves had the contact, kind of double pumped, and was able to get that one to fall down and in. Now a chance at a traditional three-point play. The foul went against Eric Tirado. For Tirado, that is his third foul, and Nieves knocks in the foul shot as well. Big 3 points there for Passaic, pulls them within 4, 29-25. Tirado on the baseline got bumped, no call. Nieves wins back possession. Couple of big plays here from the backup center. Griffin out of control, and he'll put the pressure on the officials to make the call, and they do. So that's going to be a foul against Memorial, and that's going to send Griffin to the line. It should be for a 2-shot foul. Griffin is 2 for 2 at the line here tonight. Knocks down the foul shot. All 6 of his points have come here during the third quarter. He was held scoreless in the first half. Justin Griffin, who had 20 points against Fort Lee, had 20 points also against DePaul Catholic earlier this season. Griffin knocks in a pair. And what was once a 12-point Memorial lead in the beginning stages of this third quarter has been cut down to 2, 29-27. And a reach-in foul there against the Indians, and that'll be the first foul against Passaic in this second half. That foul went against Justin Griffin, and for Griffin, that is his third personal foul. He'll have to come off the floor just for the time being. Coach Pomacala trying to keep him out of serious foul trouble. Hernandez back to Vanderpool, sets and fires, still can't get it to go. Ball is loose in the paint, coming away with it, that time was Urena. Santiago went right into the plethora of defenders and got that swatted away, but tracked down there by Rea. So Passaic now will have it up top with Adams. 2.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Long range three, trickled in and out. Offensive rebound by Passaic. Here's a set and fire from deep, no good by Santiago, and it's going to be a foul underneath. Whistled against Passaic, trying to crash the offensive glass again. That'll be the third personal foul against Nieves, the backup big man who now takes a seat. He had that big three-point play. Memorial has scored only 4 total points in this third quarter. And finally, the 3 falls for Byron Vanderpool. He's been shooting in that same location all game long against the Passaic zone. Finally got it to fall. He had 3 threes in the game yesterday against Bergenfield, and now he fouls trying to reach in. That'll be the 15th foul against Memorial, so they're over the limit. That'll send Passaic to the foul line to shoot 2. Joshua Santiago, the senior, to the line. Missing on the first foul shot. Again, Passaic missed 5 foul shots in the first half. Their first miss of the second half after starting off a perfect 5 for 5. And a violation will wipe out what would have been a good foul shot for Santiago because Passaic entered into the lane too early. Worked around. Up top to Hernandez. No look pass inside, but his teammate hit into the rim. Was fortunate to get the bounce right back to him. And then that drew the contact and the foul against Passaic, but that's where sometimes Manazar was not clear of the rim once he got the no-look pass from his teammate. He tried to rush it and actually deflected into the rim himself, came right back to him, and then he got hit in the face. So Manny Almanazar will sink the first foul shot. 6-point effort so far here for him. First foul shot opportunities for Memorial in this third quarter. Almanazar knocks in a pair. He's got 7 in the game. 34-27, a 7-point margin in favor of Memorial. A couple of possessions ago, Passaic was close to taking the lead. That time the 3-ball is knocked in by Jeremy Urena. Reina had one of those shot opportunities that if he hit it, it would have given Passaic the lead when they were down by only 2. Now Manazar, high arcing 3 off the mark. That caroms out of bounds. Last touch off of Passaic. Will be an inbound upcoming here from Memorial with 1:03 left to go in the third quarter. Hernandez back on the floor for the Tigers. The lead is 4. No look pass, Vanderpool. No good in the 3. Hernandez skies for the rebound. And then a traveling call against him. Under a minute now left to go in the third quarter. Griffin attacking inside. That's a traveling violation against him. So both teams getting a little sloppy here. The latter moments of the third quarter. Vanderpool has knocked down 1 3 in this game. Memorial as a team has knocked in only 2 threes total. Passaic has connected on 2 3-pointers as well. Coming up on the final 20 seconds of the third. 4-point lead for Memorial. Looking like the Tigers are going to be trying to hold for one final possession in the quarter. Vanderpool splits the double team, gets to his spot at the elbow. No good. Isatro snatches it away, tries to put it back up. No good. Loose ball, Karam. And that's how we will end the third quarter with a 4-point advantage for Memorial. They led by 10 at the break. That lead has been trimmed down to 4 as we head to the fourth quarter. An exciting second semifinal on the horizon here as we head to the fourth quarter on YouTube. We head to the fourth quarter here at East Gymnasium at Fort Lee High School. 34-30 the lead for Memorial on top of Passaic. The winner will take on Oltapan on Monday at 6:45 in the tournament championship final. Vanderpool, the double team coming to him. Gets it up top to Hernandez. Fernando Hernandez getting it over. Almanazar knocks in his second 3 of the game. He's got 10 points now for Memorial. And it's back to a 7-point advantage at 37-30. Worked around up top. Santiago getting it over to Adams. Adams weaving his way through. Pull-up jumper is good. Difficult shot there for Hassan Adams. He's got 8. 5-point lead for Memorial, 37-32. Hernandez across the middle. Hook pass, Vanderpool open for 3. Left it short, air ball. And then a subsequent foul whistled against Memorial after the rebound was secured underneath the rim by Urena. Almanazar was the one who picked up the foul, his first, team's first of the fourth quarter. Griffin inside the lane, took an extra step trying to get to the rim, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Vanderpool, Hernandez across the lane, teardrop, no good. Isidro somehow got in the rebound, then tried to put it straight up. Good job by Elijah Ruiz of standing his ground and disrupting that shot opportunity. Possession will stay with Memorial, leading by 5. Toronto's been a non-factor in this game. 2 points for him, coming off a 20-point performance yesterday. Isidro getting the extra pass. Vanderpool gets that one up to Hernandez. Almanazar, extra pass, corner 3 ball. No good. Vanderpool has knocked down 1 3 all game long, but that has not stopped him from unleashing a bevy of 3-point attempts. Griffin went right to the rim, got fouled in the act of shooting. On the blocking foul, that should send number 3 for Passaic to the line to shoot 2. Stop the clock with 5:51 left to go in regulation. As Griffin will knock in the foul shot. Perfect 5 for 5 at the line. Griffin up to 8 points, and that was a significant foul for Memorial. That was Fernando Hernandez's 4th personal foul. So the starting point guard, the engine of this offense for the Tigers, will have to take a seat. Griffin misfires the first time here today after going 5 for 5 to start off. So he goes 1 of 2. Makes this a 4-point lead for Memorial, 37-33. Underneath Tirado, nice feed inside to Sean Isidro. He lays it in. Beautiful assist there for Tirado after he was underneath the basket, found his teammate lurking inside the paint. Isidro had no hesitancy right there, went up for the easy finish. And a timeout taken on the floor. 39-33 now the lead for Memorial. After this tournament and following the new year, Memorial will play host to a team that knows East Gymnasium quite well in Dwight Morrow. They'll take on Dwight Morrow before getting back into play in Hudson County with a road contest at Hoboken on January 7th. After the new year, Passaic will play host to the Hornets of Passaic Valley before they will travel to Passaic Tech on January 7th. And the winner of this game plays Old Tappan. The loser takes on Wayne Valley in the 3rd place contest, and that game will be played at 3:15 on Monday. You can watch every game live and on demand here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Passaic's been trailing for the majority of this game, so they have another run in them here as we're closing into the final 5 minutes. It's going to be a bump foul against Memorial, and now the Tigers, the fouls are starting to pile up here. They have only one more foul to give in this entire 4th quarter. It's going to be foul shots the rest of the way for Passaic. Almanazar gets called for the bump, his 2nd, team's 3rd. There's a 3 for Passaic, no good. Ruiz with the offensive rebound. Adams skips pass to Griffin. Griffin takes his man off the dribble. Wild shot, no good. Almanazar with the rebound. Vanderpool dribbling up a storm. Watched doggedly by Santiago. That leads to the steal. Here's Adams the other way in the open floor. And Assad Adams now with 10 points in the game. Lead is down to 4, 39-35. Sanchez breaks the pressure. Tirado, corner 3. No good. Rebounded. Almanazar will pull it back out for Josh Sanchez. Sanchez nearly lost his footing. And a timeout's going to be awarded to Coach Mark Schroback. And Memorial, he wants to talk things over again with 4:25 left to go. 30-second timeout. We'll take the timeout with them as you're watching all the action here on YouTube. Passaic not going down easily here. They trail by 4, 39-35. Isidro makes the move right to the rim. Good clean block. Kicked around inside. Isidro comes out with it and nearly banked it home. He'll have a chance to extend his team's lead as he heads to the foul line. There's a foul whistled with 4:10 remaining here in regulation. Santiago got called for the foul as Isidro misses. Santiago's first foul, team's first of the fourth quarter. Isidro missed on the first foul shot attempt. Second foul shot is good. Isidro up to 14 points in this game. 6 of 9 at the foul line for Isidro, the big man for Memorial. And Griffin with a nice take to the rim, up and under. He's got 10. 40-37. And there's some contact there after Hernandez was getting caught in the corner. He's back into the game to run the point. And again, he's got 4 fouls. Yes, be careful. Griffin picked up his 4th foul there. So one of the main scorers for Passaic playing with 4 fouls as well. Hernandez getting it over. Almanazar lost it off of his own hands after he was kind of thinking whether or not to take it right to the rim or maybe venture underneath and try to kick it around the horn. (40-37) lead for Passaic. Indians have gotten as close as 2 points in the second half, never closer. Adams, jump stop, hung up in the air, that's a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it back over to Memorial. Good defensive work there down low by Memorial of getting all ball in that tie-up. Sanchez getting it over to Hernandez. Three minutes remaining. Almanazar desperately looking for an outlet, gets it in the hands of Josh Sanchez. Griffin extending his defense for Passaic. Hernandez behind the back, off balance, and bailed out of the ends with a foul. That should send Fernando Hernandez to the foul line to shoot 2, with 2:44 left to go here in regulation. As Hernandez knocks in the foul shot. At 12 points against Bergenfield, only 4 points here tonight. Now make it 5. Clutch foul shooting here. 3 of 4 at the line in this game for Fernando Hernandez. Lead is back to 5, 42-37. Adams' turnaround shot is good. Assad Adams, 12 points now. Leading scorer in this game for the Indians. They have to try to force some turnovers here, though. They're going to be trying to claw their way back all the way. Sanchez, what a burst of speed there by Josh Sanchez. Blew right past all of the defense on that far side lane. 44-39. Again, Passaic cannot be in the position here to trade scores. They got to have scores and stops. Memorial trying to hold on here and get back to the finals to defend their championship from a season ago. Deflected out of bounds. Last touch off of Adams and Passaic as possession will go back over to Memorial. Full court pressure again being displayed by Passaic. Gerardo down the other way. Bounce pass is stolen away by Adams. Here comes Adams in the open floor. No look pass, but a missed layup there by Urena. But Elijah Ruiz running the floor was able to find his way to the missed shot. And in doing so, got fouled in the act of shooting. So that'll send Passaic's big man to the line for two. Will also importantly stop the clock with 1:37 left to go in regulation. Short on the first attempt. Ruiz with only 2 points in this game. Gets the shooter roll that time. 1 of 2 in that trip to the foul line. Makes this once again a 4-point score with 97 seconds left to go in regulation. 44-40. Memorial on top. They're trying to get to 3-2 on the season. Trying to go above 500 for the first time this season. Passaic, after starting their year 0-2, trying to climb to 500 and get to 2-2 on the season. As both teams also trying to play for that championship hardware on Monday night. Old Japan is awaiting them as the Golden Knights outlasted Wayne Valley 55-48 in the first semifinal of the day. Loser of this game will play in the third place showcase game at 3:15 on Monday. They will take on Wayne Valley in that one. The other matchups we'll have set for you. North Bergen's going to be taking on Bergenfield in the 7th place game at 1:30. And then at 5 o'clock on Monday, we'll have the 5th place showdown. Riverdale taking on Fort Lee. Out of the timeout. Memorial inbounding, leading by 4 again as we're coming up with the final 90 seconds of regulation. Hernandez getting it to Almanazar. Double team quickly comes to him. And a timeout given to Memorial to save possession. This is exactly what we saw work wonders for Passaic near the end of their game and their comeback victory eventually in overtime against Fort Lee. They simply just swarm a double team at the ball and force a split-second decision. And they're hoping that they could force some turnovers here and get into position down by 4 to make some noise. Both teams played in the North 1 Group 4 playoffs a season ago. Could be potential playoff opponents, possibly, way that things shake out later on this season. Then 4-point lead here from Memorial. Talking things over after taking that timeout. Double team coming quickly. Isidro identifying where the open man is. Memorial again playing a little keep away here. Almanazar. Passaic has a foul to give as well. Sanchez pulls it out under a minute now left to go. 4-point lead for Memorial. Almanazar threw that one away. The ball is loose, and is it a foul against Hernandez? If it is, Hernandez has fouled out of this ball game. And he is the steadying force as the point guard for the Tigers as well. In terms of ball handling, that might be a devastating foul. They saying right now that the foul is against Sanchez. Oh, that is a big break for Memorial, as Hernandez was right there in the vicinity too. So Reyna knocks in the first foul shot. He's got 8 in the game. Sanchez, that is his 4th personal foul as well. Memorial over the limit now for the remainder of this regulation. Reyna short on the second attempt. Tipped down by Almanazar. 3-point game, 44-41. Vanderpool. Memorial just keeping it outside. Passaic has to reach in there for that foul by Joshua Santiago. That is going to be their 4th team foul. They have no more fouls to give. That is his 3rd personal foul. 32.7 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. 4 team fouls now for Passaic. Memorial already over the limit. Next foul would send the Tigers to the foul line. Santiago will administer that foul, and that will be the 5th team foul against Passaic, which will send Fernando Hernandez to the line to shoot 2. Fourth personal foul against Santiago, so both point guards with 4 fouls apiece. Hernandez knocks down that foul shot, 6 points in the game for him. 4 of 5 at the foul line. As he knocks in a pair. Clutch foul shooting in the 4th quarter for Fernando Hernandez, the senior, with 7 points, 4 of 4 at the line. 5-point lead for Memorial. Long range 3 off the mark. Tipped around, rebound secured by Memorial. As the Tigers just trying to wane down this clock. 14.7 seconds left. That's going to be the 5th and final foul administered by Santiago. And Memorial closing in closer and closer to advancing back to the championship round. As Hernandez swishes home another foul shot. Again, I believe that's the 5th personal foul against number 1. Joshua Santiago is being told that right now as he'll sub off the floor. As Rhea will come on. Hernandez, a perfect 5 for 5 at the foul line here in the 4th quarter. There's the broadcaster Jinx. Goes 1 of 2 at the line. Under 10 seconds left to go in the game. Adams maneuvers his way inside for another lay-in. He's got 14. Timeout taken with 6.9 seconds left to go. 47-43, 4-point lead for Memorial. Trying to go to 3-2 on the season. And trying to play on Monday night in the championship round against Old Tappan as they try to repeat as Jack Riley Holiday Tournament champions. Again, thank you so much to all of our great sponsors, as seen there on your screen. Sponsors of not only this tournament, but also of our Fort Lee Bridgman athletic broadcast throughout the course of this season on YouTube. (47-43). It was a 10-point lead for Memorial at halftime. Passaic has made this a close game. They trailed by 4 after 3. Remains a 4-point margin. And a timeout granted to Memorial just before it was going to be a 5-second violation on the inbound. As the Tigers bailed out by their head coach there after Passaic's full court pressure was giving them all sorts of trouble. Much needed day off tomorrow for this tournament after having 8 games over the course of 2 days, and then we'll be back on Monday just before the end of 2024. Vanderpool will inbound it to Hernandez. Made the catch and took off a couple more seconds. 4.6 seconds left to go here in regulation, and that'll send Fernando Hernandez back to the foul line. 6 of 8 at the line in this game. Hernandez hits the foul shot, up to 9 points in this contest. Only one made field goal for Hernandez in this game, doing most of his dirty work at the line. Second foul shot also good for Hernandez when it mattered the most. Memorial did not miss that much at the line here in the fourth quarter. Adams' 3 off the mark. And the final score, Memorial 49 and Passaic 43. So Memorial will play on Monday night for the championship in the Jack Riley Holiday Tournament as they try to defend their championship title from a season ago. Passaic will take on Wayne Valley in the third place game on Monday afternoon. Memorial with the win will go to 3-2 on the season. Passaic will fall to 1-3 on the year. So thank you everybody for tuning into all of this day 2 coverage of this holiday tournament here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. For Renee Matisich and Dimitri Nanis, I'm Dan Long saying so long. We will see you on Monday for the third and final day of the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. Take care, everybody.